Karabuni, welcome everyone. First, I am feeling so much gratitude to Yukabeth, to all of Teach for Kenya, to all the network partners in this region. You know, every time we've had a global conference, our network has left on a different trajectory, kind of infused with new culture and new wisdom, and I can already see that we will leave here deeply enriched. So for all of you all who have made it possible for us to all come together here, let's hear it one more time. And I'm feeling so much gratitude for the rest of you too. Being here is such a big commitment of time and energy, including from family and friends back home, and we all benefit from all the efforts made so that we can be here to learn together and support each other. So let's hear it for all of us. I know we are holding with us in spirit colleagues who can't be here because of escalation in war and conflict that are causing so much loss and pain. Colleagues from Israel, colleagues from Palestine who are preparing to launch Teach for Palestine in the coming weeks, and colleagues from across our network who haven't been able to travel because of the instability and potential escalation resulting from the catastrophe that is playing out in that region. So let us take a moment to hold in our hearts all those who wanted to be here but can't be here from the Middle East and beyond. I am also holding close all of you who are here, who are affected by conflict and disaster, from Armenia to Ukraine to Morocco to Afghanistan to Haiti and beyond. I know many others of you are navigating a range of other immense challenges, from civil unrest to economic volatility and free fall. For so many across our network, this is a time of deep challenge and anxiety. Particularly because this is such a heavy time, it is so good to be back together again. I hope these days together will give us strength for the path ahead, because ultimately the path to a better world depends on transforming the systems around children so that they develop as leaders who can shape a better future. We know that this is a long game on every level, because it will take our lifetimes to affect the transformation we need, and because this is such a long-term approach to reshaping the world. But as much as we'd like a faster solution, and we do need to keep working away at today's challenges, I don't think that there's a way to put the world on a truly different trajectory towards peace, justice, and sustainability without developing the young people in classrooms today as leaders with agency, awareness, empathy, problem-solving and critical thinking skills, and well-being necessary to exercise centered, compassionate, creative leadership. So the world needs us, and needs us going strong. All of us who have come together across so many lines of difference in the context of oppressive histories and deep-seated tensions that threaten to pull us apart, but who are drawn to a common purpose, common values, and a shared vision. I hope these days together will allow us to deepen our relationships, support and learn from one another, and gain optimism and energy for the path ahead. With every global conference, we consider the assets in the host country or region and how we can leverage those to advance our thinking as a network towards our shared purpose of developing collective leadership to ensure that all children fulfill their potential, and towards our vision of ensuring that all children will have the education, support, and opportunity to shape a better future for themselves and all of us. In considering that question, how can we leverage the assets in this region to enable us to better live into our core purpose, accelerate our progress towards that vision, together with the CEOs in the Africa region and our global team, we quickly arrived at the idea of focusing on learning from all the good work across the continent around fostering the leadership of the rising generation of young people. Africa has the youngest population of any region in the world. By 2050, its youth population, so ages 0 to 24, will double and will then represent half of the world's young people. So that is a huge opportunity for this region and for the whole world. It is also an incredible challenge, especially in light of the region needing to recover and rebuild from colonial oppression and exploitation, which constructed education systems that didn't affirm local cultures and histories, nor invest in the holistic development of students. Moreover, it's a huge challenge because the young people in this region have so much to overcome, from the impact of climate change to extreme poverty. Given this context in history, educators, social entrepreneurs, and policymakers across the continent are considering how to transform education and develop students who can shape a better future for their communities and countries. Their innovations run from changing pedagogy to re-indigenize education, to leveraging technology to accelerate foundational learning, to everything in between. So we realized that this is the perfect place to advance our global community's thinking about what we need to do to realize our vision. There is the game-changing work, for example, that we are about to learn from in a fantastic panel in just a bit. Kennedy Odedi's work as the founder of Shining Hope for Communities, or SHOFCO, to develop collective leadership in his community and what he's done to foster the agency and leadership of young people as part of the fuel for this. Falawe Omekunle's work to scale Teach for Nigeria, now the fastest growing network partner on the continent and in the network. Fred Swaniker's creation of a whole ecosystem of educational organizations in the African Leadership Group to develop a new generation of ethical entrepreneurial leaders. And the work of Professor Mamageti Pakeng, the first Black female South African to earn a PhD in mathematics and former Vice Chancellor of the University of Cape Town, whose scholarship explores, among other things, how we can evolve teaching pedagogy to foster student leadership. And there's so much more to learn from, including newer work initiated by so many incredible alumni of African Network partners who are participating here in their first ever alumni summit in the region within this global conference. Just to give you a flavor, I've been so inspired to learn about the work of Teach for Sierra Leone fellows and alumni who have curbed gender-based violence against young girls in the communities in the village where they teach. Their leadership led to a new village rule so that now no girl is to be removed from school for gender initiation. As another example, I've been inspired to learn about the work of Teach for Nigeria alumna Aramide Kayode, who has started Talent Mine Academy, which complements providing pathways to high-quality education with intensive mentorship, life skills sessions, and experience implementing change-making projects in their communities. I've been inspired by the collective of men and women who have come together from Teach for Kenya, Teach for Zimbabwe, Teach for Uganda, Teach for Sierra Leone, and Teach for Nigeria to start the Pan-African Climate Education Network to grow a movement of climate educators all across the continent. So we will be able to learn from all these amazing people and many more. As I was considering this gathering and what to share with you all this morning, I found myself thinking back to the first conversation I had with Kasaga Aranetwe, who had come to New York to share his motivation for co-founding Teach for Uganda, the oldest network partner in the region. Note that Teach for Uganda is 7 years old. So all this momentum in our network on the continent has developed since then. I vividly remember Kasaga sharing his story with me. He persevered through unimaginable hardship to gain an education and win a lot of leadership fellowships, the Acumen Fellowship, the Global Health Corps Fellowship, and he noted, as he was talking to me, you know, there's a lot of investment in these fellowship programs, and there's a reason for that. It's because people know that leadership matters. He said, but the thing is, I'm always one of 2 Ugandan fellows in these programs, just 2. So he said, what I'm going to do is invest in the development of many leaders across Uganda who in turn develop the leadership of many others. Fittingly, just 3 years after that conversation, as we prepared to host a virtual global conference on what kind of leadership we need now, I spoke with one of those inaugural fellows of Teach for Uganda, Charles Abore, and he shared with me his thoughts on leadership development. He said, in order to develop collective leadership, we need to go back. We, the teachers, have the ultimate responsibility to train our children that we need to solve our problems collectively. Which brings us to what this conference is all about. I cannot wait to learn from all the people across this incredible continent, together with all of the rest of you over the next 3 days. So let's get into it. Asante Sana.